Hello everyone, and welcome back. You can tell I'm angry, just like this Bulbasaur here, and much like every other Shadow Pokemon that is in existence, because today we are going to be going over my Shadow Pokemon. That was a weird bit, but we're going to stick with it. So, hi there, welcome back to the channel. I just recorded another video, so same shirt, same hair, don't matter. I don't care. We're rhyming, we're going for it. Yeah, we're going over my Shadow Pokemon today. We're going to do a recap as well of the last event, the last frustration event, where we could TM all of our shadows off of frustration, and then go over kind of the leaders we got during that event, the other Pokemon, and just in general, all the highlights, the Pokemon that I really want to highlight as far as the shadows go in my whole account here. Okay, so a lot of my Pokemon here that I'm going to be showcasing are either ones that I've kept for PvP or ones that just have good statistics that I might use in raids one day, but some of them I don't have organized all the way, so there's a good chunk of them that are just favorited that I have kept, but I'm not actually necessarily going to use. I might transfer later, but they're just here. Honestly, I might as well just do the ones that are level 40 and level 50. I'll just show you the main ones I want to show off here. So, all right, looks like in Pokedex order, we have a handful that are at level 40 or above level 40. This one I've XL'd a little bit. I was just kind of powering this up slowly through the Crackling Voltage event, actually. This is one of the shadows I was powering up. I just haven't gotten to maxing it all the way. I've been using it for tasks and stuff. This is a really good one. This is one of my better ones. 14, 14, 14 would have been the old school troll of the appraisal system. You'd have been seeing all of the HP, attack, defense, and then nope, 14s. But they're all really good. Ones that I was willing to power up to level 40 at least at the times. This one I'm gonna have 50 max because it'll be, I think, my highest CP, but I think overall one of my best too. And these ones I'm just gonna keep at 40 because I'm not gonna invest any more dust into them. So already skipping, and we're going up to Metagross here, which is kind of funny. This is one that we have at level 40. I have a handful of other ones at 40 actually, so I'm not sure why those aren't coming up. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I realized that I should just take out the 3-star tag because there are some things that are, they aren't even 3-star because I decided to power them up. So I don't know why I wouldn't just show them the way they are at level 40. So yeah, we have those same Machamps here. We have some legendaries here as well. The Shadow Moltres are really useful. You can use them as flying, you can use them as fire. They're one of the strongest Pokemon for sure in the game. This was the one that I got that had the 10-10-10 floor. Unfortunately had 10 attack, but even a really bad Shadow is going to be better than any 100% level 50 legendary that's not a Shadow, so it's totally worth it to invest into these. I'd love to get the XL for some of these Shadow Moltres, but I don't have enough really, so we'll wait on those. This is my, I think, second or third one. Not terrible, not great. Definitely worth the power up for me. 2-star. Really been useful though. They've been fantastic Pokemon to have. This is one of my most recent Mewtwo's. Unfortunately, yeah. We got, I think, the bare minimum for attack, which I believe is, yeah, 6. I don't know when they started doing it like that, but yeah, unfortunately. But it is overall pretty decent considering the other 2 stats are at least pretty high. So that's a Mewtwo in there. These are just some ones that I may one day 50, but I don't want to power them up yet. This other one was not great either, but they're Shadow Mewtwo's. Like I said, these are better than any Shundo Mewtwo, any, any shiny, any lucky, whatever. Any of that stuff that isn't Shadow don't really matter as far as DPS goes in raids or in rockets. I use my Shadow Mewtwo so much in rockets, so it's really helpful to burn them down quick. All right, moving on here. Yes, this is why some of the ones didn't show up before. So we have some 2-stars here. Just some T-Tars that I've used over time. They've been pretty good. None of them have been like fantastic, but I'm okay doing some of them to 40. I don't want to invest XL into these kind of ones, but they were good enough for me at the time, and I have used them quite a lot over the years that I've had them, so I'm happy that I've invested into those guys there. This is the one that you guys have already seen, I believe. Pretty decent stats there, one of my better Shadow Metagrosses, which I think eventually I'd love to 50 max, but I don't have a ton of Beldum XL. I've missed a lot of the events that we were able to get Beldum XL in, or at least catch them to trade. So eventually I'd like to get a bunch more. Hopefully at the Hoenn Tour we can get a handful of those extra XL. This one was just good enough. I mean, right? 15 attack, sorry. And then this is also easily one of my better Pokemon. Stats wise, yeah, my best legendary for sure, and it was actually a pretty useful one. I'm way happier to get this on a Latios than the Latios. I mean, it's very attack heavy. It beats Shadow Salamence in a lot of occasions. Well, maybe not a lot, a decent amount. So it's pretty comparable with Shadow Salamence in certain raid experiences. I think eventually I'll have enough Shadow Salamence to kind of zone this one out, unfortunately, but I don't know. I want to use it, so I think I'm going to try to get the XL for this one too, because it's already best buddy. It's a really good Shadow Legendary, Shadow anything, so this one's pretty sweet. I've been using it a lot, even at level 40. It's fantastic. This is one of my better Shadow Weaviles. This one, let's see. Yeah, I think, well, we might power this one up eventually, but I, again, don't have a ton of XL for this one either. These ones are just at level 40 for now. Going through pretty good IVs. This is a beast of a Pokemon. The last one at level 40 that we have in this string. But 15 attack, definitely worth it. It's a pretty solid one. I think I have another one that I can show too, but it's just not powered up yet. From there we have some Squirtle evolutions, stuff we might use in the future. A couple of these Comday, Sandshrews, some more of these Machamps here. I'll show you the IVs on these guys here. We got this one of our better ones. This one is one I haven't powered up yet. I think this one actually has payback too. Yes, it does. I think I've been trying to save Machamps that are good for Ultra and Great that have either, that can use payback or not use payback. So like 4 of them, I think total, or where I'm at now. This is one that I'd like to power up probably to level 50. It just depends, I guess, really on if I need it or not. Maybe only 40. This one's a really good one for Great League, but I already have one for Great League, so I think this one has payback. Yeah, so I've already built one for the Great League, but it doesn't have payback, so we have another one there. This one I think doesn't have payback, and this one does too. Well, who knows? I don't know, clearly. I don't know what's going on in my own account when it comes to some of the PvP ones. It's just all chaos, so here's some of the stats there with those. Shoulder, yeah, Cloister, fun stuff. This is definitely one of my more Pokemon I'm excited to actually use. Once we get a raid boss, honestly now that Kyogre's coming out in Primal raids, I'm not sure if I'll probably use Grass just because I can use the same team to do both, especially because it probably will be sunny, I'm guessing, in Las Vegas this weekend, so it just depends really. But if I have a chance to use the Electabuzz, I definitely will power this up. And I have the XL to 50 maxes, so I certainly will, because this is, I believe, my best one. This one's also very good too. Along with the Electivire I already showed you. This is one I've actually powered up a little bit. It's completely useless, but I think this would be a fun one because it has good IVs. And it's just, I mean, Mudshot's a good, fast move to, generate energy. But it's just kind of a silly, spicy pick that I'd like to use someday. I think I need to power it up handful more times. Oh, we're getting this bug again. I'll be right back. It's weird. I checked this earlier and it wasn't happening, but oh well, we'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So moving on from here, we have my Snorlax collection, which is pretty fun. Snorlax is my favorite Pokemon. I love these guys. So this is just an extra one I got recently no, this is not recently. This is one from last year. I got another good 93, but I don't have it in the power-up tag because I don't need another one, I've already powered up so many of these. So I'll show you those overall later on. I have a Great League one that I haven't powered up, another one, but I don't have any Ultra League, which is kind of funny. This is one I'd love to use eventually. This is I think my best one. Yeah, the one from GoFest in 2020, the Global GoFest. This is a very good Pokemon, absolutely is. I really need to Elite TM it eventually and power it up. I spent all my Zapdos XL on another Pokemon, which you'll see in a video hopefully pretty soon. But there was definitely a good reason to spend it on that. But eventually I'd love, with Moltres and Zapdos to get some of that XL. It'd be fun Pokemon to use, and they're really useful. Got a Elite Charge TM, the fast move to Thundershock, so that'll be good. This would be good too, because it's not even a terrible one, all things considered. It could be way worse. The Moltres, we saw them. This one is one I'd like to probably power to 40. I don't think I'd ever XL this one, but it has 15 attacks, so I don't know, maybe. Let's see, moving on. Another meh one, but it's here. A Dragonair for PvP. The Mewtwo's I already showed you guys. Typhlosion, yep, I have some pretty decent ones for Great and Ultra. This is a Sudowoodo that, I don't need the Hundo for, so I'm not going to purify it. I could eventually use this in Ultra if it's a super good pick. Maybe it gets a move change or something. It's okay, but yeah, that'd be pretty fun. You have to 50 max it, I believe, so this one's also really good. This is an amazing Charmer, actually. Something I haven't had the use for yet because I've have a decent amount of Shadow Gardevoirs, so I'll show you those later too. But yeah, these are just some of the things I've got. These are some of the Mamoswines and Piloswines, Swinubs that I've been holding on to that I'm not positive yet about what I want to do with them, because my goal with the Swinubs, I've done a lot of these, honestly. And I've definitely grinded the XL out a ton. I have 1310 and I've already maxed, I want to say 3 or 4, so we'll check those later. But I'd love to be able to solo Rayquaza if those conditions ever present themselves. It either has to be snowy or I don't really know. Actually, I have to check the stats of all that stuff, but I would love to 50 max a team, or maybe more if I need it, in order to solo Rayquaza. That would be really fun thing to do, just under my belt, that I'd be very happy to have accomplished. So moving on here, these are the best ones that I'm considering to power up. This is a terrible Raikou, so this is just, I think, the only one we were able to get as far as Raikou goes, because I don't think they haven't had a 10-10-10 floor yet. So this is the only one that I've considered to power up. It has 14 attack, but it's a 0-star, no defense, which is kind of sad. But hey, it's a Shadow Legendary, still better than 100% Raikou, so there's that. This is one that I would like to eventually power up, but it's unfortunate that this thing is already outclassed by other Pokemon as a rock type and a dark type, so I'm just not sure quite yet if I still haven't decided if I want to power it up or not. But these are some pretty good Larvitars I've got. I need to power this one up. Really good Swampert. Some other stuff here. These are just things that I want to power up eventually. This is an amazing one. Oh man, I cannot wait for this. I've been waiting mainly because I don't want to Elite TM all of my Shadows. I figured there's going to be an event where there's like another Calm Day, classic Calm Day, where we can do these guys again without having to use an Elite TM. So I've been kind of slowly powering them up, and all off of frustration, but I have a handful of pretty solid ones. I was buying radars actually for Bagon for a while, so I was definitely hunting the heck out of them when they were around. These are some pretty solid ones, so if I ever need or have that chance to do it, I don't have a ton of XL, I have some, but I can get some really good level 50 Bagons going there. This is one of my other pretty decent ones. Yeah, this is a pretty good Metagross. We'll keep moving on through here. These ones are sad because these two are really good stats, but I think I hadn't had them at Frenzy Plant because of the same reason I was waiting on Bagon, and then I think they got outclassed by something else on my team. I'm kind of forgetting. I think Kartana is one of them, and then something else, but I hadn't ever powered them up to use them, so I don't know if I ever will, but they're really good Torterras, really strong if you don't have anything else. You have them off Frustration and Frenzy Plant. They're very good grass types. Might use these eventually, and then these are just the ones that I want to power up. Haven't powered up fully or whatever. So let's move on now to some of the other ones. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the shinies. I figured we'd do this next just because a lot of them aren't great, so we can kind of just get them out of the way and show some of the big strong guns for later. This is one of the ones that I actually have powered up all the way to where I'm going to. I'm not going to put it up over Ultra League. So it just has a level 40 tag, even though it's like level 49, I believe. You can check, actually. Oh no, I don't want to check because I might ruin the power up thing again. I don't want to hit that. But yeah, this thing, I've used it a couple times. It's pretty good. It's just so awesome that I got a really highly ranked Shadow. From this was a leader as well, so this was a pretty fun one to get. I'm happy to actually have used it, and all that is pretty sweet. Shiny Shadow Nidoran, also pretty cool. Didn't get a good IV spread for this, but that's all right. Venonat, I've already checked the stats on this. It doesn't power up to anything special, and Venomoth's not that great anyway in Great League, but yep, shiny there. We did get a Meowth, that one's pretty cool. A Growlithe, yep, that was a fun one when I was traveling a few years ago now. That was pretty sweet. We got this recently. Yeah, this was a pretty good surprise. I was grinding a lot more of the Machops than any of the other leaders at that time. I'm kind of forgetting the rotation. I think it was Mawile and Sableye. It's just the most recent one before the current one. But yeah, that was a fun one to get. I did a lot of those. So this is one that I had just gotten, clearly. I haven't even gotten it off of frustration, just from a cliff recently. You can see its name there. I was like, oh, heck yeah, look at this thing. I'm so stoked to finally get a shiny from this rotation. I don't have any others, by the way, from this rotation. And I was like, oh man, 248. I know the Hundo's 307, and that's what I'm looking for. I really want a good Shadow Magnemite, or Magnezone, you know, for the future. Great electric type. And then I was like, oh god, is this gonna be like the rarest, like 000, but it wasn't, but it pretty much is. I mean, it's just useless in that sense. So great shiny. We'll never dust it. I unless it's for some meme reason, I'm just not going to. But it's like, yay! But why? Why aren't you 307? That would have been cooler. You got this one. This one's pretty cool. I love the look of that. The red, the green, purple looks pretty badass. Drowsy here, very cool as well. Got a coughing. This is very nice. Remember those were coming from, was it the Meowth balloons or something like that? It was one of those events. Scythers as well. The Pinsir, those were coming from those balloons as well. Definitely, I got a couple of those. The Shiny Shadow Aerodactyl, this one's pretty sweet. Stats are pretty decent too. I don't know if I'll ever dust this one. I have the XL for it. Oh no, I don't, because of the level 40 or level 50 Mega. But we got even another one of the Scythers, because we had evolved this one. So that's pretty cool. Sneasel, very useful. I think these are easily my best stats as far as Shiny Shadow, because I have a couple of these. And by a couple, I mean 4, 5 of them. I've done a lot of these as well. This was, I believe, Sierra every time that it was Shiny Shadow Sneasel. So 2021, 2019 when they come out. And so, yeah, have a good amount of those. Those are pretty sweet. I think I also have Weaviles later on because it's in Pokedex order. The Seedot was pretty cool. I think that was a cliff. Mawile, very nice. We got this kind of PvP Bagon, which is funny. We got a couple of these, another PvP, but I remember checking them and they're not great, so I never, did anything to power them up. But yeah, we're moving on through here. Yep, this is one of the ones I best buddied. This is my only Shadow Shiny Beldum, and I was like, it's a 3-star. Yeah, it has 11 attack, but it's a Shiny Shadow, and it's Metagross, which is one of the best ones, if not the best, besides Mewtwo. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing that for sure. So there's the Shiny Shadow Metagross. Looks really sweet. I love that color, especially with the purple shiny, the purple shadow around it. So those are the shinies and shadows. I guess I haven't actually evolved a Sneasel. So there's that. Looking forward now, let's do the legendaries. So these are the legendaries I've got. Pretty decent Articuno. The problem is it's just not as good of an ice type as many other things, I think, even as Shadow. So Articuno unfortunately doesn't have much play, even with good IVs. I don't think I'm going to do much with them personally. So we've seen the Zapdos. There's another poor one. Here's that, and the Moltres. Yep, we've seen those 4. So I do have 4 of those Moltres. I also have 4 Shadow Mewtwo's. This is my best one from the 10-10-10 floor. I love this one. This is so sweet. I've used it so many times in battles for rockets and raids. I mean, it's just fantastic to have a really strong level 50 Mewtwo. I also powered up my second one. Luckily, it was actually better than the other 2, so I had already had this one powered up before I had seen these ones. So in a way, I was like kind of content getting worse ones because I didn't feel like, oh, I wasted my XL, even though I could easily power up another one. But I'm waiting. I think we'll just see one day. We'll see what happens with the Mewtwo. They're always going to be useful though. So the Raikou, we've seen that. Entei is another one that I got. I have done every single legendary though. So that's the reason why I don't have 12 Shadow Mewtwo's. As Brandon Tonda just showcased recently, how some people have actually gathered all of their radars for the really good Shadow Pokemon. I just want one of each, so I'll do that in the future if some of these come back, probably. save some of the radars. But I wanted to get at least one for everything, so those are in there. We got that. We got the Lugia, which was unfortunately it's not even good for any of the leagues really, so I'm probably not going to do much with that. This is the Apex, I believe. Yes, it looks like the crazy Apex one, because that has the 10-10-10 floor, and it's decent. It's nothing crazy, but yeah, it's there. I'm not sure if I want to do anything with it. Here's the Ho-Oh as well. This is just the regular Shadow one, because you get a Shadow and then a Apex one. The Apex one it's all right as well. Don't know if I'll ever do anything with it. We'll see. I don't think I ever want to purify him though. That's for sure. And then this is the most recent one, Registeel. I know I could have saved it. A lot of people are, because it's not even super useful, even in any of the leagues if you get a good one. But for me, like I said, I just kind of want to register it as a Shadow, have it as a Shadow, and yeah, next time Registeel comes around as a Shadow, I'll save the radar then. We got the Latios, which was okay, and then the Latios, which is fantastic, easily my best Shadow legendary there is out there besides the Mewtwo. So yep, that's pretty much it for legendaries. Let's move on to my 4 stars, the fun one, the really fun one. There's been some fun ones, but this is my favorite little collection here. So if you've seen some of my previous videos, I 50 maxed this Snorlax. This is easily one of my most prized possessions of my account. I have a bunch of Hundo Snorlaxes, but this one is just, it takes the cake because it's so fun to master. I've used it a lot as the lead, and it's just so good. It's very neutral. It can win you a lot of matchups, or put you in a position to get more energy on the next Pokemon, and really just, it's just fantastic. I love it so much, and it's my favorite Pokemon, so it's a lovely Hundo Shadow to get. Couldn't be happier with a more fitting Pokemon to have as a Shadow Hundo. So I'm very happy to have 3 of them total. They're all weak to fighting, so I'm not going to ever use them on the same team, I don't think, because we'll just get hard countered with Machamps and Conkeldurs all over the place. But maybe not. I don't know. We could try. But this is pretty fun. Walreign's actually pretty decent to master, despite it being low CP at level 50. But this is a very cool one I got from a balloon when I was in Utah last year, or 2 years ago now. It's been a while. Wow. But yeah, there's that one. That's a pretty sweet one, especially once they announced the Calm Day for it, because this was one at first that I was like, okay, whatever. not too excited about it. I'm like, I'll take the Shadow Hundo. It's pretty awesome. It's not something you get every day. And then it was really cool to see that they gave it a Calm Day. It made me a little more excited about having it, and yeah, nothing wrong with it there. It was kind of sad though, because I was already on my way to 50 maxing it by doing more of the shadows, because they weren't really spawning for a while there, and I was like purifying at 3,000 dust to purify in order to get transfer XL, and I grinded the heck out of this stupid Pokemon to get it 50 maxed, and I did it before its Calm Day, but it was also like, okay, I did not need to waste all those resources in order to do it, but oh well, it is what it is. And then the Mamoswine, easily another fantastic Pokemon, two Shadow Hundo Ice types, and yeah, this is a pretty beastly one. I use it in so many raids. It's so versatile now that it has high horsepower. It was still really good when it had Bulldoze, but yeah, it's always a really good ground and ice type attacker, so love this one. I've done a lot of Swine episode. It was really cool to get the Holy Grail of all of those. So there's that, and I think let's just take a look over here. We'll just kind of go through the whole thing at level 50 as well. So, and level 50, oop, that's not how you spell it. Level 50, boom. So we have 20, it looks like. So we have a Venusaur, which I definitely use in raids. It's really solid. Got this Machamp and this Machamp. These ones are beasts. Very good Pokemon. Solid as well, that one. There's the Hundo. Here's another one that I had actually, funny story with this one too, much like the Walrein, I had this thing maxed before I got the Hundo, and I was like, it's a 15 attack, it's a 93%, as shadows go, I mean, I'm probably not going to get anything better, right? I'm happy that I did, because the Hundo is fantastic, but I had grinded really hard to get the XL for this one. I powered it up, and I want to say, gosh, 2-3 months later, maybe even less, I got this one. When I actually had the XL to power, it up, so it took me a long time to get the XL again to do another shadow because I've already done a normal one too. But this one's been kind of phased out, but I did use it in Master League while I had the chance to, so at least there was that. It was utilized at least a little bit. This is my best Shadow Dragonite, so very useful. Not quite as good as Salamence as far as DPS in most cases, but very versatile, solid Pokemon for sure. You can use it in GBL and in the Ultra League, or GBL and in raids, so that's pretty sweet. Yep, we've seen the Mewtwo's and the Swampert. Yes, so I have a really pretty quality Swampert team. My friend has the Hundo. I don't have the Hundo, but I do have a really strong mix of Shadow Swamperts. I have a 98, another 98, both with 15 attack, and then a really solid 15, 15, 13. So this is another one that I spend a lot of my time on when I see that it's a water type. A water type rocket. I'll usually do it, especially when Mudkip's out. So that's pretty sweet. We have the same IVs here, just on a Gardevoir, another fantastic Pokemon to use. This one, and now that the Mega Gardevoir is out, definitely some of the best fairies in the game. This is another really quality one. There's the Walrein going on through. This is my best Shadow Metagross for sure, stat-wise. Definitely gets the highest CP as well, so this one's pretty beastly. I've been buddying it right now, getting some more XL and all that fun stuff. This is, one of the Weaviles I have at 50, my best one, so I 50 maxed it for the XL that I had. This one, I was really surprised to get, because this was at like, I think this was at the end of one of the frustration events as well, and I had just gotten it like one of the last day or two. I want to say, it could be wrong, but this was a shock to me, and it was really fun to see that. It's a really quality Pokemon too, the Tangrowth when it's Shadow, as a grass type. The Mamoswine, here's my other Mamoswines. These are the ones that I definitely knew. I was like, these aren't going to be outclassed, so I'll 50 max, and this one's really good. And this one is just the same as the Latios I have. So I think that about does it. I can go through pretty quick here again. Those are the 50 ones. I'll go over the 40 ones too, actually, if I can. Let's do level 40 and level 50. I should add both of them together. Yep. So we have all that. Yeah, these are the ones I've got there. The Mewtwo's, the T-Tars, all the Metagross. So those are the ones that I've actually invested into. So out of all the rockets I've done, I've only actually invested into 40 of them. As far as raids, pretty much. I mean, there's one PvP one here, pretty much, but there's a handful of other ones that I've actually used in different leagues. But for the most part, I'm pretty stingy with that stuff, because I've done, let's see how many rockets, I think roughly 8,000 now, and I've only done, only really powered up 40 of them. So that goes to show, where is this badge at? There it is. Okay, 7,000, sorry. But this goes to show how, important rockets can be, because it is not easy to get good ones. You have to be very lucky, so if you have good ones, don't take them for granted. They are hard to come by for sure, in that regard. And honestly, I think that's all I really wanted to show you. I appreciate you for watching. I know this is kind of a jumbled mess, but I just wanted to get this video out. This is something I wanted to showcase, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, let me go over my recent shadows, because this is something I wanted to showcase too. So shadow, and let's just go through actually from pretty much the event where we were doing the new leaders. So this is a Machop, but we're doing this one. I think is a Purified Hundo, but I don't know if we'll ever use that one. This is what we got basically from the last event. So I want to do a recap as well of the frustration event that was recently happening. So did a pretty good amount in this event. These are some of the better ones I got, and I just kept all of the leader ones I got, so we'll be able to see those here. Did a couple Beldums, Magnemites for sure. We got our first tiny shadow, which was pretty awesome, Chikorita. This one could have been good. I mean, they all could have been good, right? But it's such a bummer to see 15 attack on a Beldum and nothing else. But there's that. This is the other one I was talking about for Snorlax. I got another 89%, really good, but I'm never going to dust it with my other ones, so it's kind of just there. I can purify it if I want another Purified Hundo. Here's a Magnemite, Beldum. We didn't get super lucky on the shinies. We got this, of course. I do one Nidoran to get the to complete the special research to get the Registeel, and it's amazing. So I would have loved this to be a Beldum or a Magnemite, but no, of course not. The Nidorann's fantastic. That's just how it goes sometimes. So this is another one that I definitely haven't tagged yet that I would love to power up. I did get off of frustration, thankfully, because it was during the event. So yeah, this one's really good. This is one of my best ones for sure. I'd love to power that one up. Some more Beldums. There's the Registeel again. A decent Snubble. A Vulpix potentially to use for PvP. If I ever get around to looking for that. I also got this extra large Ralts, which is pretty funny, pretty tall. I might use that one day. We got this, I don't know if it'll ever be useful to have one that isn't PvP, you know, stat friendly with HP and defense, but it's there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of luck during the event because as far as these go, no shinies until after the event had already ended. This one's pretty decent. I think this was after the event too. Yeah, so we're catching up here with everything. Yep, and there's the shiny shadow. So that pretty much does it. Magnemite, let's take a look, see where we're at with the where the shiny was. Yeah, and then this is just actually today we did wind up getting another one of this, but just flip the stats. So that's kind of crazy. Yep, today on the 14th, so kind of ridiculous there, but yeah, that should do it. I appreciate you for watching. Definitely get out there and do rockets because they are totally worth your time, in my opinion. There's always fun stuff to do, and I love using the Pokemon I've already powered up in order to take them out more efficiently. Shadows are incredibly powerful. They're 20% more powerful, if you did not know, than regular Pokemon. So get out there, get some Shadows done. Yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, and have a wonderful day, wonderful Valentine's Day, and take care. Bye-bye.